The Victorian Children and Youth Area Partnership Initiative, a platform for change.
All children and young people have the right to a happy, healthy and fulfilling life. But many children and young people in Victoria have less opportunity to achieve good outcomes in health, learning, development and well-being.
Despite many genuine and dedicated efforts made by government, service providers, community members and others, there's a lot more to do to achieve a lasting positive difference for all children and young people.
The Children and Youth Area Partnerships Initiative was triggered by the recognition that creating change is a shared responsibility. We need to do things differently.
Area partnerships.
8 area partnerships have been set up across Victoria. The partnerships aim to improve outcomes by bringing together senior leaders across 3 levels of government: the community, health and education sectors, Victoria Police, business, philanthropy and the community.
Each site has a steering group and working groups. Backbone support is provided by principal advisors at the site level and by the Central Vulnerable Children's Reform Unit, which connects local work with senior decision makers through to the Children's Services Coordination Board.
Area partnerships have agreed local priority outcomes under the 2 focus areas set by the Children's Services Coordination Board: learning and development from cradle to career and safe and supportive homes and communities.
The actions to achieve these are supporting the implementation of priorities under the Victorian Government's reform agenda: early childhood development, school engagement, transition to further training and employment, prevention of family violence, strengthening families, and improving outcomes for children and young people in out-of-home care.
Area partnerships are informed by the Collective Impact Framework, which addresses complex social problems by bringing diverse partners together. The CI approach is built on a shared community aspiration.
Authentic community engagement, listening to children, young people and families on the things that matter to them.
Shared measurement as part of a larger learning system. Alignment of activities focused on the desired change.
And building backbone support and the conditions for social innovation.
Collective impact is adaptive. It helps people explore local challenges, develop a shared understanding, try new things, see if they work and grow them if they do, or release them and try something else if they don't.
Each of the sites has sought to adopt this approach, using data and evidence to identify local priorities and developing strategies and actions to respond to the unique context framing the challenges faced by their communities.
What is different as a result of area partnerships?
The sites have started to get traction in areas where government and service providers have found it difficult to in the past. They have nurtured and grown existing activity that is working well and started to innovate and change how they support vulnerable children, young people and families.
They've seeded new activity that has improved engagement with universal services, listened and responded to the voice of those with lived experience, provided better support to children and young people in out-of-home care, developed and tested new service models and improved service integration. All of this effort aims to ultimately improve outcomes for children and young people. Some early positive signs, such as increased participation in early years services, are already being seen.
But innovation doesn't come without trial and error. Much has been learnt about what it means to work in this new way, what works, what doesn't, and importantly, what needs to come next to ensure maximum impact.
What have we learned?
This is skilled work requiring new mindsets, new capabilities, and a different kind of leadership. Setting a clear and genuinely shared agenda has been a key factor in getting traction at a site level. Strong leadership from co-chairs and others has been vital.
The backbone support provided by principal advisors assigned to each site and by the central team has also been critical to progress the work and is highly valued by partners. Involving vulnerable children, young people and their families in this work has played a key role in some areas, but more of this needs to be done.
Linking with existing networks and collaborations and exploring opportunities to align local work has been important. This has been a source of strength where it has worked well, but remains a challenge for many sites.
The focus of activity so far has tended to be on what people know best: service integration. While this is essential, area partnerships need to look beyond a service perspective and consider other social, economic and place-based factors impacting on people's well-being.
A strength of the initiative is the connection between on-the-ground activity and senior decision-makers in government. However, there's an untapped opportunity for sites to escalate issues identified locally and action systemic issues to the Children's Services Coordination Board.
Regular communication about the work with key stakeholders strengthens local engagement. This needs to be done better at all levels of the initiative, sites, centrally, and with the Children's Services Coordination Board, to highlight the effective approaches being tested and how the area partnership platform can be leveraged by government more broadly.
So, what's next?
Area partnerships are gaining momentum, people are working differently, and things are happening on the ground and getting real traction. But more needs to be done.
We need to move beyond the service system, link more into the community and co-design solutions that meet local needs.
We need to strengthen local backbones that support the work, including leveraging local resources more widely.
We need to collaborate with other local networks more effectively.
We need to continue to use and understand data and evidence better, so we know where to focus our work, identify what is working, and measure our impact.
And we need to further embed an action learning approach, so we can adapt as we go.
Things are shifting. A new and exciting way of working is emerging, and we are seeing innovation and actions that we expect will make a real difference for children and young people. Improving practice and referral pathways, improving links into early childhood education and school, and strengthening wraparound supports.
The challenge is to stay the course and to translate what is happening at a local level into broader system change.
The Victorian Government has committed to a further 3 years of funding for area partnerships to continue this critical work.
We now have the platform for change to transform the lives of vulnerable children and young people in our community so that everyone, regardless of circumstance, gets the best possible start in life.